I suppose my story starts a bit before I realised I was a carer. 7 years ago, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and vascular dementia. At that time, my wife was still busy working, and I was fortunate enough to actually take voluntary retirement. So I actually started caring for the mother-in-law then without realising that I was a carer. The simple things are just going to shopping, getting food in for her, taking her to various appointments. And then January 2019, January the 1st, obviously that's sticking in my mind forever, my wife Hazel wasn't feeling particularly well, and I am quite a big walker, and I'd actually gone out walking on that morning. Hazel was a bit off colour, and for whatever reason I decided to cut short my walk, and I came back home. So instead of it being like a 2.5 hour walk, I actually walked for about an hour, and when I got back I found my wife on the floor having a fit, and Hazel was rushed into Wigan Infirmary, and thankfully the doctor who saw Hazel decided there's something going on around Hazel's brain, and immediately Hazel was put into an induced coma. They decided Hazel, and I can't say it all, but the simple way of putting it, contracted meningitis. One of the nurses was saying, "You don't need to come dashing down now," he said, because he said very soon Hazel will get better, and I can remember him saying that you need to have some time now before you become that full-time carer. And thankfully, you know, we've moved on. The caring will always be there. I challenge her each day. Like I say, we do various walks. We've got back bacon. Early in 2019, after Hazel came home from hospital, with the number of appointments, it was weekly, if not daily. And I was suddenly finding myself in a strange position where I'm thinking, I need to talk to somebody else other than my family. My family are amazing, they're really, really supportive. Going to my own GPs, and there was a sign up on the wall there, at Hazel had an appointment there. It just mentioned about Wigan and Leigh carers. And then the GP we saw that day, he actually mentioned about this, and I thought, yeah, I need to go and see somebody else. So I actually rang Wigan and Leigh Carer Centre, and I do say this, I'm not quite sure why to this day possibly. So I rang her and I spoke to a wonderful person there, and they said, well, come down and see us. And I went, at this appointment, and I found it actually quite emotional, actually, because I think for the first time I started to tell my story. And then I think about a week later, I might have been 2 weeks now, I can't remember properly, got a phone call to say they'd like to come round and do an assessment for me as a carer. And I'm expecting somebody to come round to my house to assess me on my ability to look after Hazel, or assess Hazel whether she was safe to be left with me. And all I can say, I can assure people, it's nothing like that. It was a case of looking about what I needed, and this was the first time I think I felt that somebody was trying to help me as a carer.